Alright, we're going to talk about how to solve systems of equations using matrices, but we have some special situations here that I want to make sure you understand how to do. So we are going to, and there is a certain limitation that your calculator is going to have, so let's go ahead and try this. So we're going to go to matrix. I'm going to need to enter my matrix here. It's going to be a 2 by 3 matrix because we're trying to write that as an augmented matrix. Let me remind you again what it is. This is what we are going to go for. So we're going to type in our values. I have something here that I'm going to just write over. 2, -3, 14. And then the second line is -4, 6, and 28. Alright, so that's our matrix, augmented matrix for this problem. And what we're going to do, again, we're going to exit this. We're going to go back to the matrix menu. We're going to go to Math. And here we're going to look for RREF, which is this option here. We're going to select that. And then we're going to go ahead and press second matrix again and choose our matrix. Okay, so what we have here is a kind of a unique situation. If you look at the bottom row, it says 0, 0, 1. So we did not get an identity matrix here with values here. 0, 0, 1 means that 0 here on the left side is going to equal 1 on the other side. The bottom row basically tells you 0 equals 1. 0 equals 1 is a false statement. And since it's a false statement, this is a system that has no solution. So this row here is going to tell you that you have a system with no solutions. And the answer here is no solution. Or you write that like that also. Okay. If you were to solve this by hand, you would get the same exact thing. You're going to end up with the statement that's going to be a false statement. Now we're going to take a look at another problem, a slightly different outcome here. So we have this system of equations, -5x plus y equals 7 and 15x minus 3y equals -21. Again, we are going to do it with a calculator. So I'm going to go back to the matrix menu. I'm going to go to edit. I'm going to type in this matrix. Go ahead and show you this here. So -5, 1, 7, 15, -3, -21. So we're going to type that. We have the same dimensions here. -5, 1, 7, and then 15, -3, -21. Okay, so we got our matrix. We're going to exit this. Since I already did this, I'm going to recall this operation that I just did before that, just to save time, but you're pretty much going to follow the same process. You're going to go to Math menu, find RREF, then you're going to go to the matrix menu and choose your matrix. Okay, this is a slightly different thing, and I'm actually, I kept this on purpose here because you can see the big difference here. The bottom row has 0 equals 0. That's actually a true statement. So since this is a true statement, your system is going to have infinitely many solutions. But here's one thing that you need to know. In some cases, just saying infinitely many solutions is not going to be enough. What I mean by that is, you can, when we say infinitely many solution, it does not mean that I can take any value of x and any value of y and put them together, and that's going to work. There is actually a certain relationship that must exist between the value of x and y, because what you have here is two lines that are going to coincide. So what we need to do here is actually figure out in some cases what it is that this relationship is going to be. So we know it's going to have infinitely many solutions, but how are they related? So So what we can do is, for our solution, we can have a value of x. And if I take a look at this equation here, if I solve it for y, I'm going to get y equals 5x plus 7. And then the value of y can be determined as 5x plus 7. So what does that mean? That means that any pair that is going to be that it's going to have two values like this. So if I pick a value of x and plug it in here, and I take the same value of x and put it in here and calculate the value of y, that is going to give me my y value. So any pair that satisfies that is going to give us this equation. So this is how you write sometimes a solution to equations like that. Okay, so if you have any questions, put them in the comments. Let me know what else you might need help with. I hope this helps.